Okay, so good day. For today, we will be discussing the reinforced concrete. A slight discussion lang about the derivation of the formulas since this is RC2 subject. Okay, so I assume that you already have at least the basic principles, no, from the strato materials, and of course, you already got or taken the RC1. Okay, so slight recap lang. Okay, so we have this beam, we have this effective depth, and we have the beam dimension B, and we have this area of steel bars dito. Okay? So, ano ba yung principle dito? Okay, so ganito yan. Diba, yung beam natin will be having an effective compression block, this one. Okay, and the portion below this is the tensile part of the beam. And we know that the concrete is weak in tension and strong in compression. So in the code, it assumed that the tension side of the beam is neglected sa pagde-design. Okay? So ito yung sinabi sa code. Okay, so looking this at the longitudinal view. Okay, nag-cut tayo. And according to the code, that this is A. Okay, A is the depth of the compression block, and we have this depth that is the depth of the neutral axis from the extreme compression fiber, and ito yung mga notation na gagamitin natin. Okay, and of course ito yung nasa code. Okay, now the code says also that the effective stress in the compression block is 0.85 of Fc prime. Okay, and of course, if we have a stress, we will be having a resultant force dito, and that is just force times area. Okay, and let's denote that as C. That is the compression of the concrete. That is the force, the force is equal to stress times area. Take note that our stress here is 0.85, and our area here is this one, compression block, that is A times B. Ito yung compression block natin, di ba? So ito yung effective area natin diyan. Now, to account this, ito yung i-account ng tension bar dito. This one. Okay, so the same pa rin. This we will denote this as T, and take note that that is the force, and again that is stress Fs times area. For steel, we call the stress as Fs. Okay, times the area of the steel bar. Okay, so this one, C and T should be equals to maintain equilibrium. Okay, now, okay, let's have this one. So, ano ba yung main objective talaga natin in designing beam for flexure? Okay, so take note, this is A over 2. That because our resultant force here, considering that this is a rectangular stress or uniformly distributed stress, this resultant force will act at the center dito, of course. Okay, now let's do the the strain diagram. Ito yung mga basic and fundamentals natin na malaman para hindi tayo mawala sa concrete. Okay, we don't need to memorize formulas. Okay, so according to the code, that the maximum strain in the concrete is assumed to be 0.003. Ito yon. Ito yung nasa NSCP 2015. By the way, this is NSCP 2015, no, yung i-discuss natin. Okay, so 0.003 yung maximum available strain sa concrete daw. So let's have this. That is 0.003, and assuming hindi pa natin alam yung strain ng steel, this one, and take note from the strength of materials, strain will be directly proportional or linear yung change niya, and it will be the pivot point will be the neutral axis C, this one. Okay, and let's call that as epsilon T, yung strain of the steel bars. Okay, the tension steel bar. Ito yung ginagamit sa NSCP code, epsilon T. And take note that strain is equals to stress over the Young's modulus of elasticity. Okay, so this is from the Hooke's law lang. Okay, diba from Hooke's law, stress is equals to E times strain. So we just rearranging this para maging ganito. Okay, now we will connect this, connecting that. So this is the actual, the strain diagram of the stresses dito. Okay, so ito yung mga pinaka nagagamit natin in analyzing concrete. Okay, now again, yung pinaka-objective natin dito is to calculate the nominal moment capacity ng beam. Okay, yung kaya niya. Okay, so by this, by ratio and proportion, cut this, using this strain diagram. Okay, so take note that this is C. That is just ito. Okay, and itong matitira dito is, of course, that is D minus C. Okay, again, by ratio and proportion, and using Young's modulus of elasticity ng steel is 200 megapascal. So we have this 0.003 is to C is equals to epsilon T, or that is Fs over Es. Okay, epsilon T Fs over Es. So diretso ko na lang dito sa ibaba, divided by D minus C, or is to D minus C. Okay, so that's why we can derive the formula dito in of the Fs. So this is just the relationship between the stress of the steel and the stress in the concrete, or the strain of the steel and the strain of the concrete. Ito yung formula na pinaka importante, no? Hindi naman pinaka importante, but basic talaga dapat na at least ma-memorize natin. Okay, so after this, and in strength design, we should Fs should not be greater than Fy. Okay, because if gagamitin natin yung sumobra sa Fy, meaning mag-yield na yung steel natin. Kaya this should be lesser than Fy in strength design. Okay, ito yung gagamitin natin for equilibrium kasi. Okay, so for that, ito yung pinaka main objective natin, to calculate the nominal moment capacity. So as you can see, by summing up moment, it's either dito sa line of action ng C or line of action ng T, we can calculate this. Okay, so first we need to equate forces for equilibrium muna. Okay, so that is to calculate the C, or to calculate the A. Okay, so ito yung dapat nyong i-take note. When analyzing a beam, kahit sa strength of materials, we need first to locate the neutral axis, okay, or the centroid. So in this case, the neutral axis is C. Okay, or in concrete, we can also first calculate the A, since yung A and C has a relationship, okay, and that is from the code. Pwede yung A yung kunin natin muna, and then yung C, or pwede rin yung C yung kunin natin muna, and then yung A. It depends on the type of the problem or in the situation. Okay, so ito talaga yung unang-una natin na kukunin. So by equating equilibrium, makukuha natin yan. Okay, hindi natin gagawin yung Varignon's theorem dito in concrete. We will just do equilibrium equation, that is the strength design. Okay, so as you can see, we have these two forces here. Our compression must be equals to the tension. No, these are the two forces involved dito. Okay, so this is just a what do we call this? Singly reinforced muna tayo. Okay, so take note that C is 0.85 Fc prime AB and T is equals to AS Fs. Okay, so rearranging this, all we need to calculate here, or all we want to calculate here, is the A dito. Okay, as I have said kanina, unang-una natin kukunin is yung A or yung C. So in this case, yung A yung una natin nga makukuha. So rearrange lang, okay, or cross multiply this term dito. Kaya ito yung formula ng A natin. Again, take note, Fs natin is should not be lesser than Fy muna. Okay, we can what do we call this, substitute this formula dito or depends on the situation. Okay, papakita natin on our sample problem later on. Okay, now after this, pag nakuha na natin yung A, as you can see, moment here, this nominal moment, that is just the couple moment produced by this T and C. Okay, so that is just when taking moment about the line of action at C, that is just the tension times the moment arm. Ano ito? That is D minus A over 2. Okay? That is the formula. That is the T times D minus A over 2. Okay? Actually, that is just simple statics. Or, if we take moment about the line of action of T, that is just the compression times the same moment arm. Okay? That one. And that is yung pinaka mission natin dito, to calculate the nominal moment capacity. Okay, and if we will design a beam with respect to flexure, i-equate natin yan sa factored moment na makukuha natin sa loads. Okay. Now, let's have balance condition naman. Okay, ano yung principle ng balance condition? So, ganito yan. Sa balance condition kasi, dapat yung concrete and yung steel, sabay silang mag-yield. Kumbaga, sabay silang aabot sa pinaka-yielding point nila. Okay? Yan yung principle dito. So, the same pa rin, gagamitin natin to. Yung strain diagram. Okay. So, take note, no? The same, ito. So, by equating, by using ratio and proportion, we can derive this formula. Okay? That is 600D over 600 plus Fy. This is just from this ratio and proportion. As you can see, no? Cross multiply this. Basta you can go on that lang. Basta this is from this strain diagram. And using this strain diagram, dapat yung Fs mo is Fy. Kasi nga, balance condition, dapat umabot silang dalawa sa yielding point nila. Okay, so this will be Fy dito in balance condition. And you can derive this formula. Okay, now, balance steel ratio for rectangular section. Again, this is for rectangular cross section. Okay, so deriving the formula, the same. We will equate the compression and tension. Okay, ito pa rin yun. 0.85, but we will denote A here as A sub B or A balance. And equate this to AS Fy na. Since balance man, dapat mag-yield yung concrete and mag-yield yung steel natin. Okay? So, take note that we have AS is equals to rho BD or the steel ratio times effective concrete natin, BD. Okay? Ito yung nasa code. Now, we will substitute this dito at this point. AS is equals to rho BD. And take note also that A is equals to beta 1C. Nasa code din ito. Okay? So, in our sample problems later on the next day, we will use this and ipapakita ko sa inyo yung nasa code talaga. Okay? So, substitute. And take note, A is equals to beta 1C. So, I will substitute here beta 1 and that will be C balance din since A balance yan. Times B is equals to rho, I will use rho balance or rho sub B. Okay? Since, ayun nga, nasa balance condition tayo. BD Fy. And we can cancel out this B dito. That one, the beam width. Then, we will come up to this relationship. Cross multiply lang lahat. Okay? And I will factor out the CB over D. Ito yung formula talaga. Ito yung pinaka general na formula ng rho balance. Kahit sa anong klaseng rho, basta rectangular cross-section lang. Okay? So, hindi ito yung nakikita nating formula in the rho balance. Ganito yon. Look at this. This is CB over D. That is the ratio of the C over D. Now, look at this formula. If we will cross this D dito, that will become CB over D. Okay? And ang matitira dito is 600 over 600 plus Fy. So, we will substitute this one dito and it will give us this formula, the row balance formula. Okay? Ito yung balance steel ratio. And again, take note, this is derived from the rectangular beam. Okay? Please don't misinterpret ito. Okay? So, general solution talaga dito, if hindi kahit anong section yan, is to use this C balance and equate compression and tension. Yan lang talaga yung basic solution. But since kadalasan nating makikita sa actual is rectangular beam man lang, kaya may dinerive na formula para mas madali yung design in actual. Okay. Now let's have the boundary for singly and doubly reinforced. Okay, so excuse me muna. Okay. By the way, let's have the required steel ratio muna. Okay, so this is a beam design. 'Di ba kung ang beam design, we have factored moment or sometimes tinatawag nilang ultimate moment. Okay, so ang sabi ng instructor namin noon, hindi yan correct term yung ultimate moment. The correct term here is the required moments. Well, anyways, baka malito lang kayo dito. Okay, so never mind na lang. Okay, so required steel ratio. So required steel ratio, dapat makuha natin yan from the step, kunin natin yung ultimate moment, kumbaga, then ano yung required area or required steel ratio ng ating concrete. So ganito yon. For design, okay, again for design, we will use Fs as Fy to ensure steel yield first. Okay, ito talaga, ito naman yung concept talaga. In beam design, in reinforced concrete, it's either yung concrete yung mauunang mag-yield or yung steel. But for may significance kasi if yung steel yung unang mag-yield. Kasi kumbaga if magpi-fail na yung beam, kunwari on the moment of failure na, if mag-yield yung steel first, magbibigay pa siya ng warning para maka-evacuate yung tao na nasa loob ng structure. While if yung concrete yung mag-yield, walang warning, diretso na. So hindi na magkakaroon ng oras yung tao na mag-evacuate. Okay? So anyways, let's move on. Okay, so using this, Fs should be Fy for beam design, for design. Okay, so we have equate again yung compression and tension. So we have this. Then ano yung kukunin? Yung A muna. 'Di ba? That is the first solution, yung A or yung C. So again, AS is rho BD, binalik ko lang, and yung again ito rin. In this case, yung rho natin is 0.85 FC prime over Fy, then I will extract or factor out A over D dito. Okay? A over D. Now take note, hindi ito yung nakikita nating mga formulas in row in designing a beam. Okay, so we will derive that. So first we have this Mn, nominal moment capacity, that is we can use this 0.85 FC prime AB. Okay, ito yung gagamitin natin in deriving that formula. Now we will equate this to Rnbd squared. If you remember, we have this formula, Rnbd squared. This is the resistance. Ano yung correct term dito? Nalimutan ko yung correct term. Basta resistance ito. Okay? Then Bd squared. Now, rearranging that, magiging ganito yan. Okay? I hope you can follow this. Parang ito lang yun. This 0.85 FC prime B, take note, yung B maka-cancel out dito, di ba? This one and this one. This will be cancelled out. Then yung 0.85 FC prime, I will cross this dito sa baba. So that will be Rn over 0.85 FC prime. Then yung D natin dito, I will cross multiply dito sa baba. So, magiging d over d squared, yung a dito ma-distribute dito. Okay, magiging AD over D squared. So, magiging A over D na lang. Makancel yung isang D dito sa ibaba. Then, ito naman, magiging A squared over 2. Then, yung D natin is andito sa ibaba. Di cross-multiply natin, diba? So, ito yung magiging itsura. Now, as you observe dito, we can factor out these 2 muna. Okay, so factoring these 2 out here, it will be transferred dito sa kabila. Okay, so magiging, then I will rearrange this, yung Rn over 0.85 FC prime, ibalik natin dito, transpose, so it will become like this. Okay, just follow lang this, or diretso lang ako ha, tapos i-rewind nyo lang. Now, as you observe here, it is in the form of a quadratic equation. Okay, so for quadratic equation, this will be our x, AD, let's assume that we will assume that AD is our x, and quadratic equation is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, as you remember from your algebra. So, let's assume here as a over d, the ratio a over d is equals to x. Okay, for using this quadratic equation. So, assuming this, using the formula of the quadratic equation, we can calculate the ratio of A over D dito, which is, ito yung i-substitute natin dito sa formula. Okay? So, take note that our A here, the constant A, is 1 dito. And take note, this is our X. This, our constant of the B, that should be negative 1. Okay? Na mali ko. That should be negative 1 dito. Okay? And the constant C is just this whole term dito. 2Rn over 0.85 FC prime. Okay? Now, if we will use the quadratic equation, that one, it will give us to this one. 1 minus the square root of 1 minus this term, 2Rn over 0.85 FC prime. So, this looks familiar na. Okay? This, take note that we assume that x as A over D. So, this whole term here is just the A over D. Then we will substitute this one dito. And it will give us this formula. The required steel ratio. Okay, when designing a rectangular beam. Okay, so as you can see, we derive row balance and required steel ratio from the rectangular section lang. Okay, so don't misinterpret this. This is for only rectangular cross section. Okay? So, if hindi na siya rectangular cross-section, gawin mo talaga yung manual solution, yung equating compression and tension. Okay? Yun lang talaga yung gagawin natin. Okay, for rectangular cross-section, of course, ito na yung gagamitin natin para mas madali yung designing natin. Okay? Now, let's have the boundary for singly and reinforced condition. Okay. So, first, di ba, if designing a beam, we have the factored moment. Now, para malaman natin if i-design natin siya in doubly or in singly lang, dapat magkaroon tayo ng boundary moment. Kumaga, pag lumagpas yung factored moment natin sa boundary moment, doon na tayo mag-doubly reinforce. Para tulungan niya yung tension bar. Tutulungan ng compression bar yung tension bar to resist that moment. Okay? So, how can we do that? Okay, sa NSCP 2001, may binigay na maximum steel ratio. Okay? But that is NSCP 2001. Very old code na yon. Okay? So, we are now in NSCP 2015. Hindi na yun ang sinasabi sa code. Ito na yon. According to the code, this one, for non-pre-stressed beams with PU lesser than this one, 0.85 FC prime AG, yun. So, disregard mo na lang ito kasi hindi naman talaga, napakaliit na lang dito. Saba ng mga aso. Okay, so, for non-pre-stressed beams daw, PU less than this one, okay, the epsilon T or the strain of the steel shall be at least 0.004. Shall be at least, meaning hindi pwedeng bumaba yung strain natin to 0.004. That is because dapat ayun kasi dapat ma-ensure natin yung ductility ng concrete para ng steel, para mauna talagang mag-yield yung steel natin in designing. Okay, yung sinabi ko, dapat magkaroon ng warning first sa mga tao. Now, using this 0.004, so hindi niya sinabi talaga na hindi pwedeng, ang sinabi lang niya dito is hindi pwedeng bumaba sa 0.004, meaning pwede siyang tumaas. Okay, so this can be our boundary strain, or pwede ring pataasin natin 0.005 or 0.006. It's up to us na lang. Okay, hindi niya sinabi ito talaga yung boundary. So by this code, let's assume na gagamitin natin to na boundary. Okay, na 0.004. Again, by ratio and proportion, and take note that epsilon t here is 0.004 na. Okay, so by this ratio and proportion pa rin. As you observe, no, we always use this strain diagram in derivation of the formula. Okay, by using that, considering this right triangle here, this whole big triangle, that will be epsilon t plus 0.003. Okay, can you see that? The big triangle, this one. Okay, this one, whole triangle, that is epsilon t plus 0.003 is to the total depth. Take note, this is the total depth. Okay, that is equals to 0.003, considering this small triangle dito, 0.003 is to the C. Okay, now we can rearrange this into ganito. Okay, expressing calculating the epsilon t expressed into D and C. Okay, rearrange lang, algebra. Now, using this code, sinabi na niya na epsilon t should not be lesser than 0.004, or we can mathematically express as epsilon t should be greater or equals to 0.004. Now, we will substitute this epsilon t dito to this inequality. Okay, using that will be like that. Okay, now we will rearrange this, calculating the C expressing into D, and it will give us this one, 3/7 of D, and I will call this as C limit. Okay, I will not call this as C maximum kasi hindi naman talaga niya sinabi na maximum. Yan na yung gagamitin natin as maximum boundary. I will call this as delimitation C lang. Okay, so if we have this one C, ano yung gagawin natin? Okay, so using this formula, okay, ito yung pinakita ko kanina. Ito yung general formula in the calculating the steel ratio, di ba? Okay, that is C over D, or we can express this into A over D. Tapos tanggalin lang yung beta 1. So in this case, gagamitin natin C over D. Okay, so as you can see, again, I will cross again this D dito sa ibaba. Okay, crossing this D dito sa ibaba. Then the ratio of the C over D using the strain 0.004 is just 3/7. And it will give us this steel ratio. Ito yung boundary for singly reinforced. But again, hindi niya sinabi na 0.004 lang talaga yung boundary. Pwedeng lumagpas. Hindi talaga naka-state sa code. Mas safe pa nga siya if lumagpas. Mas magiging advisable siya na ilagpas natin ito sa 0.004. Okay? So, this is the limiting value of the steel ratio. And take note that we have AS is equals to rho BD, and ito yung dapat nating isatisfy. Expressing into area of steel. But expressing into the the steel ratio, the rho minimum should be lesser to or equals to the actual steel ratio or the required steel ratio. But this one, the required steel ratio, should not exceed the rho limit. Okay, hindi ko tatawagin rho max. Okay, tatawagin ko lang limit. Okay, it's up to you. Kahit tawagin mo yung rho max, pwede rin. Sa akin, mas gusto ko siyang tawaging limits lang. Okay? That one. Now, again, sinabi ko kanina, dapat makuha natin yung limiting moment natin para i-compare natin sa factored moment for designing. Okay, so ito yung criterion. Dapat yung factored moment natin should not exceed the design moment. This is the factored moment or the required moment, kumbaga. And ito yung design moment, VMN, kung saan makukuha natin siya sa beam. Okay, this is from the load, this is from the beam. And take note, we can express this into RNBD squared, VRNBD squared, in designing a rectangular beam. Okay, take note, this is for rectangular beam lang. Now, according to this section in the table of 421.2.2 on the NSCP. Now, look at this. Diba, in designing, first, we want to know the reduction factor dito. Dapat may reduction factor tayo dyan. Now, unlike sa 2001, yung reduction factor for flexure is always 0.9. But in NSCP 2010 or 2015, may condition na siya. Ito yung sinabi niya. Epsilon T, when epsilon T will not exceed epsilon Ty, and epsilon Ty is just the Fy over Es. Okay? So, take note, we use here 0.004 na epsilon T. So, that one will be in this region. Di ba, epsilon T is lesser than 0.005. This will be in this region. Okay? And actually, yung 0.004 na strain corresponds to Fs equals to 800 MPa. Okay? So, wala namang gagamit na Fy as 800 MPa. Or I think wala talaga siya sa market. Okay? Kaya, andito talaga siya na region. Now, this is for spirals. Hindi natin to gagamitin. Hindi naman tayo siguro magde-design ng beam na naka-spiral yung ties natin. Ito yung gagamitin natin for others. Now, according to this region, the reduction factor phi, take note this is phi, is equals to this formula. Okay, now look at this. And this one, actually, we can draw this into a graphical representation. Ito yun. Okay, this one represents the epsilon T, and this one represents the phi. And ito yung epsilon Ty, ito yung Fy, represents Fy. The strain 0.004 represents 800 megapascal. Excuse me. Ito yung 0.005, which is this one. The tension control represents 1000 megapascal. And ito yung varying formula na yan. This one. This formula represents the line dito. Okay, that is the y. Diba? If this is the y and this is the x axis, this is just the y as a function of x. Okay, so this formula is derived dito. Okay, and if using this, as you can see, kumbaga, if magda-design tayo, we have the factored moment, dapat we need to secure our reduction factor. Now, ito yung sinasabi ko. If gagamitin natin yung 0.004 as a boundary, meaning yung phi natin dito is correspond dapat dito. Okay, so our reduction factor here will be this one. Okay, hindi natin magagamit yung 0.9 since ito na yung gagamitin nating boundary talaga. Okay, pag ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay, so take note that epsilon T is Fs over E, or Fs is equals to epsilon T times E, cross multiply. Okay, we can express this epsilon dito or mga strain into ganito, into into stresses. So we can use this 0.65 plus 0.25 quantity 800 that represents 0.004 minus epsilon Ty represents Fy over 1000 represents 0.005 minus Fy. Mas madali siyang i-memorize pag naka-stresses or mas general ito. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin natin na reduction factor. Now, ito na yun, yung boundary condition natin. Mu or the factored moment, if that is lesser than to the tawagin natin siyang design limit, design moment, design, what do you call this? Basta design nominal moment, yung limitation natin. Okay? Kung hindi siya lalagpas dyan, sa limitation natin, so we will call this as singly reinforced. We will design this as singly reinforced. Of course, hindi naman siya lumagpas sa capacity niya as singly. Now, if this happens na mas malaki yung factored moment from the loads sa design moment natin for singly, meaning needed na yung tulong ng compression bar, and we will design this as doble na. Okay? So, again, ibalik ko lang. Again, we use here as the boundary ng singly reinforced is the 0.004. Okay, so actually, hindi tayo limited na doon tayo talaga mag-boundary. Kasi sinabi lang niya na epsilon t should not be lesser than 0.004. So meaning, pwedeng lumagpas. It's up to us as a designer. So, one of the criteria or the boundary na ginagamit talaga in designing, or we can say that this is the most advisable design. Okay, and I have learned that the ASEP, the Association of Structural Engineers of the Philippines, will use this as the boundary using the 0.005 strain. Okay, because as you can see kanina, this one, when using this 0.005 na strain, it will correspond to the reduction factor as 0.9. Okay, and that is tension controlled, and it is more advisable kasi ayun nga, ma-ensure natin yung ductility ng steel, or mag-yield talaga una yung steel kaysa concrete. Yan yung pinaka-objective natin dito. Okay, so ito yung isang boundary condition. Again, pwede yung una nating pinakita, but ito talaga yung pinaka-advisable as what the ASEP using. Okay, ito yung ginagamit ng ASEP. Using this strain, epsilon t should be greater than 0.005, meaning that is in tension controlled. So again, we have this formula relating epsilon t to d over c. So we have this, and rearranging that, it will give us this c. Let's call that c for tension controlled, ct. Okay, ito yung gagamitin nating boundary, 3/8 over d. And that is the limiting value of c. So again, we have this formula, yung na-derive natin kanina. Then, as you can see, we will cross-multiply this d dito, and it will give us the ratio of c over d as 3/8. So, substitute, this will be the formula of the the boundary steel ratio natin. Okay? So, using this as the limit of steel ratio for tension controlled, ito talaga yung gagamitin natin. Pinakita ko lang yung kanina para at least may knowledge kayo. Bakit ito yung bakit kasi kadalasan may debate talaga dito ano yung gagamitin as boundary. Well, as I have learned talaga that the Structural Engineers of the Philippines, the association nila, ginagamit nila is 0.005. Okay? So kaya ito talaga yung gagamitin natin as the boundary. Okay? So anyways, ipapakita ko sa inyo in our sample problems, gagamitin natin yung 0.004 na strain, and gagamitin natin yung 0.005. Okay. So if you are first timer of this code, no, medyo malilito ka talaga. But anyways, ipapakita ko yung step by step design in designing a rectangular beam. Okay, so wag kayong mag-alala. Ito lang talaga yung pinaka-concept. Okay, again, let's go back. We have AS is equals to rho BD, and ito yung criteria na dapat nating i-satisfy. MU should not exceed the design moment capacity of the beam. And again, we will express that is into RnBD squared for rectangular beams. And again, if we will using 0.005 as the strain control, strain limitation, we are assured that our reduction factor is 0.9. And ito yon. If MU again will not exceed the VMT, yung limitation natin, that is designed as singly reinforced. And when this happen na mas malaki siya, meaning needed na yung compression bars, and that is doubly. Okay, so that one. So for the next lecture, we'll be having a sample problem, and I will be discussing it in a more detailed way, no? Yung step by step designing on a rectangular concrete beam.